Hey, I'm David Long, and you're watching The 13th Wolfman.
Hey everybody, I'm the 13th Wolfman. You know what? I've had Christy Ray on here. I've had Joe Stauffer on here. Now we get the man behind the madness. We get David Long. Welcome to Sit Down, David.
Thank you.
Yeah. So tell me something, man. What's it like playing a character with your own name?
Uh, hmm. It's kind of like daily life, like at
But
your job or whatever. People call you by your name, and you're like, "Hey, what's up?" It's kind of like that.
but the character and you have got to be so separate, that you're nothing like the character.
Uh, I would like to think so, but my mother has an issue with it. She thinks that maybe I might be a serial killer, and yeah, she's not happy with it. So that's cool.
Ah. So before you made Pieces of Talent, you were a key grip on a Civil War movie that was a short.
Mm-hmm.
Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, it was something that Joe. Basically, I've been tagging along with Joe for a few years, and he gives me odd jobs here and there, And I told him I'll do anything. I'll hold a boom. I'll sweep. I'll feed people. Whatever you need me to do. I just want to be involved in some aspect. And luckily, he liked me, and he let me do some things. That movie was awesome. It was shot in Asheville, North Carolina, and I mean the production itself was super fun, and met some really cool people. But basically, I don't have a large resume. I just kind of do whatever, whenever.
So then, since you say you don't have a large resume, was getting into acting, was that kind of like something you fell into, or was that always a inspiration to achieve one day?
Um, when I moved to North Carolina, I had two goals, and one of them was to work in the skateboard industry, and the other was to work in the movie industry. Um, One happened and the other one didn't. I didn't get to work in the skateboard industry. There's a there's
Is
a
the
large
scape is the
there's a
skateboard
distribution
industry
company. Yeah.
big down in North Carolina?
Well, there's a company here that does from the Mississippi over. Um, and I went in there with a tie and everything, and I had my resume, and I had a picture of myself skateboarding on this half pipe with the vert section, and I was doing this like old school nose grab, and I didn't have a shirt on. I thought I was really hot. And
Cool.
they thought that I was like some kind of rep for some company or something, and they actually sat down with me, and I had an interview, and they didn't give me a job, so that was over instantly. But then I met Joe, and somehow I stumbled into that field, the other dream. But I've been
Yeah.
acting since high school.
Okay.
Uh, but after high school, it ended, and I did the regular life thing. And then I just kind of went back into it when it was a necessity. It was like, who's going to do this? Let's let me try it. And it was good, so we went with it.
Yeah. When I was a little metalhead in the '80s. So I that's when I grew up, and I tried skateboarding in the '80s,
Hmm.
and I figured out that there's some things you have talent for and some things you don't. I have no talent for skateboarding. I used to be in awe of the guys that could just do the little ollie flip.
Hmm.
You know, these are guys that are failing like chemistry, but they can figure out the physics to do an ollie flip.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, okay, well, it's beyond this brain, so I just watch and be in awe. So I have a lot of respect for skateboarders, man.
I never did the street flippy stuff. I just like skating big ramps and pools. I grew up in California, and that was something that I did.
The
Um,
Dogtown stuff.
yeah, but I mean that was pre me.
Yeah. But that's
I
where it
was
all started.
I was born in '77, so that was a little bit before me. But I was also a surfer, so I wanted to emulate surfing on other objects. Uh, I still do it every once in a while, but it hurts when you fall. So
Hey man, Tony Hawk is still doing it. I'm surprised. That guy should have been retired like what, 10 years ago?
mm, probably 20 years ago.
I
I don't
mean,
know. He's in his 40s.
yeah.
Yeah,
So's Deerdick,
yeah, it's
you know.
crazy.
But yeah, I just look at it and we didn't have any swimming pools in the neighborhoods I grew up in. So, it's a lot of street boarding and
Hmm.
guys building their own half pipes, and I was like, whatever. Oh, look at me, I'm doing a big twist, and look at me, I'm doing an ollie to a fakie to it's like, okay, whatever. Look at me, I'm watching.
So what about so you didn't do the skateboarding, but what about the acting? Did you do the acting?
I did stuff in high school, but I was never the actor. I was the guy that joined like the drama club or
Mm-hmm.
whatever to find out how they did everything behind the
Backstage.
scenes.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was like
yeah.
into the lighting and into the spotlight and all that stuff because I love horror films. When I was growing up, I wanted to know how they did it,
Mm-hmm.
how they do the pop in, how they cut the guy's arm off without really cutting the guy's arm off, all that stuff.
Wait.
I
People cut people's arms off without actually cutting arms off?
In the movies they do, yeah.
Huh.
It might be something you might want to look into. I mean,
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
Like I thought you just did it and filmed it. That's not what you did.
Well, that's what some people do. They're called snuff films.
What if it came out that this was actually? I mean, it doesn't look that good for real, you know. But what if it came out that this was actually real, and you're actually talking to somebody that really killed somebody right now? How would you feel then?
I'd be conflicted
Hmm.
because the movie Pieces of Talent is beautiful, but to know that people died on it, that would suck. I'm like, but this movie's so good. Damn it. you know? So yeah, I joined a like drama and whatnot to find out how they did all that stuff, and I mean, never really. I didn't start getting in front of the cameras until I started a YouTube channel
Okay.
because it just wasn't where I felt like I belonged, and it's like since then I've loved it. Now I'm editing, so I'm doing my own. I'm editing myself doing a pop in now because I've always known how it was done. Where you film a blank area, you walk in front of the camera, and then you react, and then you cut out the middle. You know,
Cool.
and, it's the old "I Dream a Genie," bewitched magic is what I refer to it.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that show.
Yeah. So
But yeah,
yeah,
that
yeah. Go
that's a
ahead.
good that's a good reason to do that. To join something like that. But I joined the drama club because girls were in there, and
That was a
you can
plus.
kiss them because you have to
Yes.
practice.
Yeah. See,
Yeah,
I was I wasn't using that lump 3 feet above my butt at the
yeah,
time.
yeah. I just wanted to kiss the girls, and I got to, and it was fun. But it hasn't happened since. And that's a goal of mine as an actor, which I don't consider myself, but I would like to kiss a girl. Uh, I mean, I kissed a dude in the movie, but it wasn't really on the lips or whatever. But I would like to kiss a girl on screen. I would like to have a romantic moment.
Dude, you and Christy Ray deserve a romantic moment in the sequel.
Yeah, I'm not going to give anything away.
I'm just saying you do. I mean, they seem like
I,
they're very good friends. That something could happen.
I think yeah, yeah, but I think that you would eat your words if you knew what I knew.
Okay. And I don't want to know. So because
Good.
I want to see
I
the
mean,
sequel.
I can't tell you; it's confidential.
Yeah, kind of
But
figured that too.
that's cool. I also joined the diving team because girls were on the diving team, and they would bounce on the diving board, but they were so good that they didn't practice. So I was just there with the other dudes that didn't know how to dive, and it sucked really bad, and I didn't finish it. So,
I was on the track team for the same reason.
like, why do we do these things as kids? You know, but they're good life lessons.
Because we let our hormones speak to us. I think that's what it is. You know, it's like hormones first, brain second.
That's actually why I made a movie, though. You know, I was hoping that if I made a movie and it was good, and I knew that it would be good if Joe shot it, things would happen for me. You know, like I would just like ladies would be coming my way, but I don't really want that. But back then I thought I might. You know, so now I'm just like a recluse. I just live alone and
So when you're not filming movies, what are you doing in your spare time?
um. You mean like what do I do for a living?
Oh no, I mean, what do you do? It's like, well, okay, we could do that, but I was thinking like just relaxing. I mean, what do you like to do for the hell of it?
Um, I like to read a lot about messed up things. You know, I don't want to say what I said earlier, but I like to research what's happening in the world, and I do read books, but not as frequently as I need to. I have a whole stack right here. Some of those I've read, but like there's like I need to read more. I like
Yeah,
reading, but really what I do is I come home and I take care of my chickens. I have a little dog and I take care of her, and I make I make frames. You know that makes me feel good. Um,
well, yeah, you showed a frame that was made from like 100-year-old reclaimed wood earlier.
yeah, yeah.
That is so cool.
It started out as like I had all these paintings that Christy made for me actually, and I wanted to frame them, and I didn't want to spend any money because I'm broke all the time. So I saw this opportunity and I took it because there was nice wood and it had color. It was beautiful, so I just took it and made stuff with it. But I also paint. I do photography. Um, I write. I draw. I haven't written in a while though, which is unfortunate. But
Yeah,
those are kind of the things that I do. You know, I ride my
that's
bike to the bar sometimes.
that's a lot. I mean, that's impressive, man. I really you showed the frame earlier, and I really thought it was like kind of cool. So it's kind of like the reason I brought that up. You know, I
Oh, cool.
just you know I love when people can work with their hands and just make anything out of any. You know, I again I have no talent for painting. I used to be a photographer. You know, when I was younger, I had I learned all the techniques of black and white photography, how to develop and everything. So I dig that. I dig that creative outlook.
Yeah, I mean, I like photography, but the problem for me is like all my photos are from 2010.
Yeah.
Um, I don't develop frequently. I don't do my own developing because I don't have a dark room. But I send them off to this place in California, Swan Developing, and they're expensive.
Wow.
So uh, I think I spent like 180 bucks for 3 rolls or something, you know, last time. And so I have these photos from 2010, and I'm finally now making frames for them and develop. I have the prints, you know, and I've sold a few of them actually, but I'm not really out there or anything. You know, I'm not
Do
really
you have
trying.
like any do you have like any behind the scenes pictures
Yeah.
of like making pieces that would be cool to organize some of those and send it to like Shutterfly or whatever and have them make like a book,
Oh, that's a good idea.
you know?
Yeah.
Like behind the scenes book of pieces of talent, you know.
Yeah. Actually, my good friend Tony Murnahan, he took a bunch of behind the scenes stuff, and I haven't seen 90% of them. Um,
Wow.
but actually, all the stuff that I have is from the same time we shot the movie. So like that selfie I showed you was actually after the dream sequence. When I was done taking a shower, I took a picture of myself in the mirror, which is hard with a 35 millimeter camera. You know, you have to focus it, and then
Yeah, no doubt.
like it doesn't
Exactly.
really work. But so there's a bunch of stuff from the movie. Uh, Most of it is like portraits of people that were involved in the movie because I love them. You know, and I just took candid pictures of them when they were smoking or when they're hanging out or whatever. And I'm starting to frame all that stuff, and uh, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. But
Those candid pictures are usually like the coolest kind because every now and then you'll see like a picture of like the Beatles or something, and you're
yeah,
like, how did they get that shot? They're just standing there with like a cigarette in their mouth or a
yeah,
beer or something. You're like, and they look like the coolest. It's like I want to be on that wall listening to that conversation.
yeah.
So, David, we got the trailer
hmm
for the movie. I was wondering if you'd like to introduce it.
Well, you're about to watch the trailer for Pieces of Talent. Um, it's a pretty good movie.
Do you always hang out with strange people and drive their cars around?
I do. Every time I get the chance. What do you do?
I make movies.
Take the camera, okay, and you're gonna capture beautiful moments. We're gonna make this movie.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Here. I'm not gonna shoot you.
So what did you tell your mom about me?
That you're making a movie and she just blew it off.
She's gonna be out of your life soon, trust me.
Nobody's gonna help you, Fred.
After seeing you, I knew what I was doing. That's right. You're so beautiful.
I want you to like it. I want you to like it.
And that was the trailer. Like I said before, man, I love this movie. I have nothing but good things to say about it. I was surprised on when we talked to Joe. You know, he said that what it was shot for, and it just kind of blows your mind because it looks like $1 million movie.
Well, I mean, he has a very high end camera. At the time, it was like at the time it was top notch. You know, 2010. That was, I mean, that and the Airy. You know, those were the two competing camera. You could do film too, right? But we didn't have that kind of money. But
Yeah,
for
it's
digital,
kind of
it was it.
yeah. I mean, I hate to say this. I hate to sound like everybody else, but you know, because like I said, I come from a photography background, and I never thought film would go out, but it's so much cheaper to do digital, dude. I mean, in the
Yeah.
past, when you made movies in like the 70s and 80s, it's like, yeah, we need 7,000 feet. You needed to tell people in feet how much footage you needed, you know?
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, yeah, that's like $6,000 or something like that just for film. Now, you get a camera, and it's a little memory chip that'll
Yeah.
hold as much as you want.
Right.
I have to
And
switch
then-
out a $60 memory chip.
Yeah. And then you shoot a whole day and you did something wrong, or the guy that loaded the film did something wrong and you wasted it, or everything was out of focus because you can't actually see it. until you develop it, right? So there's all that cost, and that's why movies were so expensive. But regardless of the technology that Joe employed in filming this, I think that it was beautiful because, and this is one of the reasons I love him. It's not the only reason, but I feel like he has an eye for beautiful photography, and I knew going in that it would be beautiful. And when you say we didn't shoot it for that much, this is our money. This is the money that we spent out of our pocket. And I'm going to tell you, I had a lot more money back then when we shot the movie, and it was a lot of money.
Oh, I'm not trying to disrespect on how much it was, man. I'm just saying compared to the amount that it looks like it was, it's a smaller amount. That's all I'm saying.
I just think that you could take any technology and shoot something beautifully. Yeah. And it's really Joe's talent was it's not just the camera, because anybody can have a nice camera and then shoot something that doesn't look good. He was really specific in what he wanted, and we got that. What the vision that we had is actually, to me, it was better than I ever thought it would be, and I'm proud of it. This many years later, I'm super happy with it.
4 years to make the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, that's, some people would have given up by year 2, said, it's already taken too long. Yeah. But I'm glad that didn't happen, because this movie it's won, 4 awards that I know of.
I think there's like 18, I think.
Okay, well, okay.
Yeah.
I know that they won some New York Film Festival awards, and that's like 4 that I knew of, but
yeah. No, there's 18. A bunch, man. I don't even know how many there. It's crazy.
It deserves every award it gets, and everybody involved with this movie deserves all the accolades they can get. You did a great job. Christy did a great job. Joe. Her name is Betty or Betsy?
Barbara?
Barbara. God.
Yeah.
Shoot me now. But, yeah, Barbara did a great job. Like I said before, I can't say enough about the movie. I'm in that corner all the way.
I mean, there's things about it that I'm not happy with. But there's not much, Like, I look back at it like it's a historical reference of where we were, and like I said, I'm proud of it. I think now we could do better, but at the same time, I think that's a huge dilemma. Like, we're facing. So we made this movie, and it's really good artistically. It's good, and some people like it. Quite a few people like it. We may not be financially successful yet, but as artists, we're successful in making our first film, right? So now we're embarking on another one, and it seems like, it's like that sophomore album. Is it going to be as good as the first one? And that's a question. That's a question that I have, and I think that it could be better.
I think it can too.
And I think that
I mean, I look at it like you guys took 4 years to make the first movie because Joe wanted, and he's even said this in the interview, he's kind of a stickler for perfection. Yeah. He wants to get everything right.
Yeah.
Well, you guys could get this done in like half the time now, because all the things that didn't work the first time.
True.
So you don't have to stumble over those pitfalls anymore.
True.
So that already makes the movie, better than the first film, because what works.
Yeah, but there's always a question, right? There's always a question. It's like Picasso or whatever. He painted some shit, and people were like, "Oh, that's great," and then he's like, but here's my second one. Here's my 10th one. It's like, as an artist, when you create something, you're always questioning it. I can't tell you how many times we watched the movie, and we said to ourselves, like, it might be okay. It might be okay. I think it might be okay.
Yeah, but they always say that when it comes to like writers and directors and whatnot, they're their own worst critic because they know of all the problems that went to go into making the
Yeah.
film. So,
Yeah.
well, David, I love having you on, man. This just zipped right by. I would love to have you come back, man.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
know, I love having this talk with you. Check out Pieces of Talent. David, do you have places where people can get hold of you, like Facebook, Twitter, whatnot?
I don't have a Twitter. I do have a Facebook though, and it's something like facebook.com/David Long, I think. I'm not really sure, but you can go to the
Okay.
Pieces of Talent Facebook page and find me.
Yeah, that's always a good one.
But if you send me something and you don't get a response right away, don't be mad. Don't be angry at me because I don't go on there very often. And if you text me and you don't get a response right away, I am very sorry, but I don't like texting. So if you want to get a hold of me, you should probably just call me on the phone and we can talk. I like that
All right.
way more.
With that, we have go check out Pieces of Talent. Missing Pieces coming out down the pipe. I have no idea when, but down the pipe. I will keep you informed. I'm the 13th Wolfman. He's David Long, and we are on the prowl.